Are we live? We're live! Welcome to the... It's Monday. It's September 22nd, the 22nd of September, and this is the September 22nd edition of OUYA Dev Support Office Hours. My name is Bob.
It's also the Taco Bell edition.
Today's Hangout is brought to you by...
Hangouts aren't brought to you by anybody.
Hangouts are not brought to you by anyone. Do you have any more fire sauce? Sweet. Do you want to trade for a... Yeah, I just need one more if you have it. Do you need a regular hot?
I got it.
My name is Bob. Behind me is Alex.
Hello.
Matt's in the office, but he's working furiously. And with me, live via satellite from a bunker somewhere in the Culver City area, Mr. Jared Yeager.
Hi, everybody.
And the tried and true, the illustrious Old Ironsides, Mr. Tim Groutman.
Hey.
I'm happy to announce that I think you were gone for like 2 weeks. I think you missed 2 of these. One of them for sure.
Well,
and then
PAX.
I think another
we were
one.
gone for PAX.
Right.
And then I was gone last week.
So a couple times we've had to say we can't derp today.
No.
And I think people forgot how to derp, which may or may not have resulted in an increased derp factor.
Oh.
We'll have to check the analytics with Matt later. No?
No.
No change in derp factor?
No, I'm not going to check any analytics.
Oh.
Steady derp amount.
It's more work.
That's reporting.
Yeah.
So this is a segment that we handle from the Dev Relations front line.
You're going to spew. Spew a mess.
A segment we like to call Derp Authority.
Yes. Well, I would say the latest consistent derpitude has occurred on game controller layout screens. It's very helpful to actually have a layout of the controller people will be using, rather than generic controllers and things like that, because you can label the buttons correctly. Sometimes they are the same. Actually, most of the time they're the same. But it's cool to just throw some OUYA controller art into your layout screen rather than generic controller number 1.
Yeah, or like a Atari 2600 stick.
Yeah, it's not a issue we would reject a submission for. It's just clarity for users and things like that.
I think we made available some amount of imagery that can be used, didn't we?
We did. It should be in the developer portal.
Sweet.
On the internet.
Tim may know specifically.
Yeah, we have a set of images in the guidelines doc, and then there's some other images there. Are you saying there's more images, even more on the developer portal? Or
No.
just the docs are linked from the developer portal, and then you can download the zip file of images with controller pictures in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we'll link to that in the show notes.
Sure.
By we, I mean Tim.
What's really most helpful too sometimes is if you get like a 3D like rotoscope image so that they can see every side of the controller, so they know which buttons, like if it's the trigger or something, and they just get that animated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I have one of those.
no, yeah. See,
But like,
Tim knows what's up. You don't actually need
a controller. It needs to be updated.
Yeah, Tim.
Need to retexture that. So, yeah, to look like the current. We probably need a model for the the black and the white ones too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So you can get the 360 panoramic.
Played Sudoku on the plane back from YouTube Gamer Happy Hour.
Mm.
We were at YouTube Gamer Happy Hour last week, and we were showing off games to YouTubers. That was cool. Sneak peeks at Reagan Gorbachev. Also in the mix was Toto Temple. Matt Gilgenbach from Neverending Nightmares came by and played that, and some other stuff got played. But anyways, I was playing Sudoku on the plane back.
Mm-hmm.
I got stuck.
That happens.
The hard Southwest, they give you like 4.
Oh, okay.
And there's the hard.
Like on paper?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really hard. I'll bring it in. You can
It's
tell
like
me.
you gotta erase things, or
I was playing in
if you get it
pen
wrong.
because I don't own pencils.
man.
Yeah. I
That's
gotta
even
get,
worse.
Yeah, I gotta get a pencil. Speaking of Sudoku, Battle Sudoku is on OUYA.
Yep.
If you like Sudoku.
That's a fun one.
But you know what? I'm stepping on somebody else's toes. And those toes
Belong to Jared.
belong to Jared. For a,
Wow! It was so much.
for a segment that we like to call
Just the Facts with Jared.
Ooh, that's pretty sweet.
That's you, man.
I know. That was a pretty sweet intro. Well, I'll give you one fact, Bob.
Yeah.
One, we actually have 2 Sudoku games now.
That's
What?
true. Nikolai's Sudoku.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the makers of Battle Tetris Fusion.
Oh.
Or Tetris Battle Fusion.
Second fact is Bob was also playing WWE Supercard along with Sudoku.
Yeah. I'm playing a mean amount of WWE Supercard.
Building quite a mean deck.
That's when you were playing the airport.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Jared won King of the Ring this weekend.
Whoa.
I know. I was shocked.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. One of the actually kind of overlaps with Dorius, and I'm stepping on Alex's toes. Everyone's stepping on everyone's toes today. Is it came up actually recently with some other devs is receipt messaging. So just to remind devs that you can custom your receipts, and so if you've got multiple titles on the platform, you can kind of direct people to, hey, check out some of my other games. So for example, if you got like R-Type 1 in the receipt for that, you can tell them to check out R-Type 2, or if you got got various Super Lemonade Factories now with the recent release of Lemonade Factory 1989, you can tell them to check out 1 and 2. So very helpful when you've got multiple titles on the platform, and also if you just want to add in like a special message and thanking them from the dev side, always good to do and pretty easy to set up. So feel free to hit us up if you have any questions about that. On the other facts front, we've got the Pinball Arcade sales still going on. Muffin Night sales about to wrap up. We're actually going to have Space Murder go on sale starting tomorrow. Again, please hit me up if you have any sales that you want to run on the platform. And Never-Ending Nightmares, the final version, moving out of beta, will be launching on Friday with a 10% sale. So get ready for that. So we've already announced the release date for it. And Finger Hula will be launching tomorrow, along, I believe, with Johnny Scraps coming soon, maybe even by the end of this week, which was also shown at PAX. As far as Free the Games fund goes, again, we have 25 projects already funded, over $800,000 allocated to games. And we've got a few projects still going in the home stretch here. With, I think, the best performing one right now is Duke Grabowski, Mighty Swashbuckler, at least $24,000 already raised. Sub Astra Style, top-down shooter going, Enchanted Kingdom, Bubble Struggle Adventure, and Royal Heroes are all still in the mix for Free the Games. Besides that, we've got Indiecade still coming up in early October, so check out the blog post from Bob about that. For all the haps, besides the games that were official selections, we will still be showing other games on top of that. So you might see that we're already showing Read Only Memories. We'll have Duck Game in the mix and plenty others. So when you come check out our booth and the other sections of Indiecade, you will be seeing what's nominated and a whole lot more. And you'll have the whole dev relations team down there ready to talk to you about development, checking out the games, answering questions. So it should be a good time. I think that's pretty much it. Of course, I'll remember something later on. I'm still in a little bit of a haze from my stomach virus infused nightmares from last week that I'm just recovering from right now. So my food challenge thing will be quite the winner, I think.
Pedialyte and popsicles and Gatorade. Is that right?
Not Gatorade. Ever since what was that study came out where they were saying it was like fire retardants in Gatorade or whatever.
What?
There's like some sort of like crazy bad chemical, and yeah, Alex got my back.
I couldn't light my pee on fire.
You can move
No,
to
it's if you're on fire, you pour Gatorade on you. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it was a lot of saltines and plain Cheerios, a lot of bland.
I was gonna say, stomach virus induced nightmares is coincidentally the sequel to Matt Gilgenbach's Never Ending.
Yes. Indeed. Indeed. It's where you're given mystery meat while wearing an Oculus Rift.
Just open your mouth.
and you're spinning around, and yeah, that would be actually pretty amazing.
Actually, yeah, I would play
Weird.
that.
48.
Or like the visual on Oculus Rift is like something really disgusting on a spoon coming towards you, and then something actually gets put in your mouth, and it's probably fine. It's probably pasta, but it could be pig intestine or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, live squid though. You could be eating live squid, and then you can see a
Oh my
squid
gosh.
in the headset,
I think we've
wiggling
just-
and blinking at you.
Houses where you
We've just solved NBC's problem by bringing Fear Factor back. So
Grapes.
hope you're listening, NBC.
If you watch the original Old Boy, the guy that plays the main actor eats a live squid, and I think he does it in one take. There's a lot of impressive one takes in that movie.
Yeah, you gotta swallow that stuff, otherwise it sticks to your teeth.
It's like crawling out of his mouth while he's eating it like this.
Yep.
Oof.
Um,
I'm glad we were not doing this call on Thursday of last week.
I'm just glad it's not live on the internet right now.
No.
That'd be weird.
That wouldn't be good at all.
So, did you guys, before we do what everyone came here to do, which is, did anyone play any other games we should talk about? I'm looking at
Actress?
Abaje des Morts by.
Oh yeah.
That one's pretty hard.
Loco Malito.
Haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
About it.
Good stuff. And I played the update for IO, which is pretty ridiculous. So definitely recommend checking it out. It's free DLC. So if you already got it, check it out. It's got a free demo. I also did play a little bit of Bram Stoker's Dracula pinball table. So that got added to Pinball Arcade. And hearing the Gary Oldman over-the-top VO in that is pretty hilarious. So definitely worth checking out.
I'm gonna have to play that. I didn't know that there was actual Gary Oldman VO.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I liked him in Sid and Nancy.
Good choice. You can't really go wrong with a Gary Oldman role. Even if the movie's not good, he's still going to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Besides playing that, I played a little bit of Johnny Scraps because that's going to be coming out soon. A couple other games that are going to be coming soon, like Pure Solar and stuff like that. It's going to be really good fun. Yeah, I played some other secret stuff still coming. The latest Reagan Gorbachev build's awesome. You played YouTube Space LA, but I know for all of you who are asking where is it, it's definitely still coming. Been getting extra polish on Gorbachev's birthmark, and then it'll all be good to go. But yeah, it's looking hot, and we'll be posting more pictures from that event. We'll have a whole gallery on Facebook later today. We already posted one pic from the event on Twitter. We'll put some more up along with Instagram.
Cool, man.
Nothing beats the classics. I played some more at Nightmare Tower. That game's always fun.
Indeed.
Didn't you beat it, Tim?
With all the upgrades you can possibly get, I can't get past the final
The
boss.
boss, right? The boss is super tough.
I get close and then I die. Actually, I have no idea how close I am.
Do we know anyone who's beaten it?
What?
Nightmare Tower? Maybe Ryan?
Or Bishop.
Or Bishop?
Alex
Probably
is on
Ryan.
I can't beat it. I have no reflexes. But if you like Nightmare Tower, this Audie's Smog's Misadventure is really a fun game too.
Yeah.
And 100% free.
That's true.
Thank you, Play Medusa. Yeah, good stuff.
We have some questions coming in.
Cool.
Who wants the first one?
Why don't you read it first, and then I'll tell you if I want to answer it.
It's you, Jared. No, okay.
All right, what is it?
It's from our friend Killswitch at the OUYA Forum. With all the new competition coming on the market in the next month or two, will we ever hear any info on OUYA 2? Well, Jared?
I like you guys are like both saying each other. Yeah, we will share information when it's ready. So it's kind of what we've been saying before. I'm not going to do my joke last time where it's like, it's coming out tomorrow, because I think someone like freaked out and actually was about to go to Twitter about it. No, we will share information when it is ready.
Sounds like you're dodging the question, Jared.
I ain't dodging nothing, yo.
I'm just messing.
You got me sitting up. Well, we will share information when ready.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair. I wanted you to answer it because your voice is the deepest.
Lends a little legitimacy to the
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah, you don't want me to. Oh, I don't know.
Me either.
Hold the pen and like move my fist while I say it at the same time.
It will be when it's ready. Will OUYA ever unlock parts of the API so that people can make their own launchers that are fully compatible and not just partial?
Right.
Tim
So I
Brown?
mean, we always add to the API. There's new activities you can launch that like will have your launcher go directly to the details page and that kind of stuff. The real trick though is whatever custom launcher you do, it won't be able to do purchases because you need the signing key to be able to do, for the purchase to happen. So we'll have to think about that some more and let you know and document the API as it becomes available.
So would
It's
this be would an audience that's seeking something like this, would they just not even care about purchases? Is that why?
Well, I think people want to make launchers and then put them in the store so that when you run that launcher, you can see a whole new screen for like running apps and just different wallpapers and that kind of thing. So it's just more customization. Like every OUYA you get is a dev kit and it's rooted and you can customize it, and it's just another area of customization. So you can have your own theme launcher,
Yeah,
theme discover page.
that sounds fun. It sounds like something that I could see people wanting. Like I can see why people want it, I guess.
Yeah.
One more question from Matthew Martino. Thanks for joining us here, Matthew. Any chance of getting a consumer/gamer hour, since everything seems to be dev-centric and very little, if any, news gets to the consumers? Haven't heard any new news coming from OUYA in a while, and it would be good to discuss what consumers want to see. Oh, I should have selected that. There. That's the question I just asked. That's not a bad idea.
No.
Yeah,
We do-
so we started this as for like dev support.
We do our Twitch where we kind of talk about stuff if people
Yeah.
have questions.
Maybe Twitch. Matthew, you should come by Twitch just to see if that helps at all, because we do more gamer-centric stuff during our Twitch stream, which is, what is that, Tuesdays?
Yep, tomorrow.
2?
2 to 3.
2 to 3
Yeah.
Pacific time. So come check those out and let us know how we can improve or whatever.
Yeah.
I think
And we normally, during the Twitch, we do share a lot of consumer stuff there. Though it may not be, I guess when you say, here's a stream of a bunch of games, it may not be saying, like, oh, come here for a bunch of consumer news. I mean, we definitely share a lot of consumer news on the dev office hours because it's fully open, so consumers can become developers and vice versa, right? So then along with Twitch and also with this, we also have our consumer newsletter that goes out every Saturday morning, which talks about all the latest games, sales, deals, news like that. So you see everything from through the games in there to even like reading Rainbow, right? And anything else that we have that might be like a special deal that's going on. So if you're not signed up for the consumer newsletter on ouya.tv, definitely check that out as well. I think there's something else I was going to mention as well, but I may have just forgotten. And obviously all of our social posts as well that we follow up with. But I could see us maybe having some more dedicated time during the Twitch maybe to answer some more not answer consumer questions, but maybe just provide some additional information there as well. And we also have done press releases for games that are obviously coming out. I think you may have recently seen we just did one for Never Ending Nightmares coming on Friday. That's been on IGN and some other sites as well. So we also have dedicated newsletters for specific game launches, depending on when they're coming out. So if you're not signed up, definitely check that out.
And then there's third-party podcasts. I know one came out Sunday where they interviewed Cohen from Shadowlight, and he showed off his custom launcher and his game. So they have a weekly episode thing you could subscribe to.
Yep, OUYA Central TV with OUYA Brew.
That's the one.
Killswitch is saying, we have a forum member, Eldon, who makes several smaller apps which could be useful to consumers. Is there any chance of seeing them added to the firmware?
Right. So he's doing like I kind of relayed some of those to the team. Like he has a a firmware level thing that he did. Like when you plug in the Ethernet, it automatically turns off your Wi-Fi. Those kind of customizations. And yeah, so I guess for that guy, anything he makes, just send us a link to it, tell us about it, and then I'll relay that to the engineering team, and they can take a look and comment on it.
I wish I didn't.
It's all good ideas.
So the person to email is tgroutman@ouya.tv.
There you go. Just email me, sure. Yeah, I'll make sure it goes to the right people.
Okay. Cool. Well, I think that is the perfect time
To ask Bob what he's eating.
to ask me about my cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
I was gonna try and steal it, but then I figured it's yours, so I shouldn't.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and germs, to grok. With Groutman.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll show you some Corona stuff that I wrapped up.
What's
the last week.
Corona, Tim, for the completely uninitiated?
Corona is another game engine. Okay, so most recently I had upgraded Corona to have the latest ODK, and I also upgraded it to use OUYA Everywhere. And I check in these examples kind of on GitHub and the OUYA SDK examples, and then there's the various game engines we have examples for. And in this case, Corona, and I have a in-app purchase example and a virtual controller example, and you'll notice there's a bunch of folders here. So I thought I'd kind of explain what is all this stuff. Okay, so the in-app purchase folder is a Corona Enterprise project, so you need the enterprise license to be able to build it. So I usually do that first because all my Java and Lua code is in the same place, and I can prototype it and make it work. And then I go on and I take that code, and then I make this OUYA Corona plugin, so that I can make a shared plugin that is usable for the basic and pro users. So once I build that plugin, then I go on and I create the in-app purchase plugin and the virtual controller plugin folders. So that's the same in-app purchase example, except for it's using this shared plugin. And then once that's all working, and I verified that worked, then I work on the submission thing. So the submission is what I send off to the Corona marketplace, and this makes it available for the basic users, because it basically, when you build the Corona app, it will dynamically load the plugin and build it for you, and it's how you get your plugin in there. So within submission, OUYA, there's samples, and then again I have the in-app purchase example and virtual controller examples, and these are just the Lua simulator, the Corona simulator projects. So it doesn't have any of the Android code, and it's set up to dynamically load the OUYA plugin, which it gets from the Corona publisher stuff. And then if you've got Pro or Basic, it lets it all work. So that's the logic behind all these folders. So Enterprise project, then I've got the Pro Basic that uses the shared plugin, building the shared plugin, the submission I send to publish the plugin, and then the same thing for the other two. So that's all that stuff. Yep, so that's Corona. And if you have any questions about Corona, you can always ping me, and I can walk you through that. All right, so I did some other stuff during the week too. So if I share my OUYA here, here we go. All right, so I was playing around with. Is it on live? There we go. If I put it on live, it's 3 seconds behind. Okay, so I went and made a video playing, like a video player type example. Here we go. But in this case, it's compatible with OUYA Everywhere input. So I'll be posting this in the examples. And basically, you can drop in any video you want, like an MP4 file, and it wraps it as an Android project, and then you can put that in the store. And the difference between this player and a standard like video player that you get, well, with Android, is I've added this safe area button here where I can adjust the safe area, and the controls and stuff will fit in that safe area, because that's part of the content submission guidelines is the safe area thing. So I've got a custom example of doing a video player with, it has the whole scrubber and it's got the controls and it works with OUYA everywhere input, and then it's got a thing that you can close, and it's all built into the same player. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I worked on another one. So like I had a set of concept art. So I built a similar player, except for this one will play a set of images. And it's got the safe area thing built into the player. And you can go through screenshots of various things. And it's also got in-app purchases built into the player. So if I click this button here, it's like a little lock button. It'll invoke the in-app purchases, and then if I purchase it, here we go. Okay, then you get that custom message that they were talking about. So you can customize the custom message, and then it's unlocked the purchase, and it's built into the player, and you can get on to the other pictures. Anyway, so yep, I made a couple of different examples. So I've got a video player example and a image player example thing. And that's what I did last week.
That's cool, man. You just is that like a weekend project or something?
Yeah, just weekend project. So I was trying the built-in Android video player, and it wasn't necessarily compatible with OUYA Everywhere input. So I just decided to go to town and make it compatible for people that want to publish videos in the store, and they need a video player and need to have it work with the safe area, and it's just a useful, fun thing.
Yeah, that's rad. Does that become the video player for all of our...
No, it's just a Eclipse project that you can build in Eclipse, and you just drop in your video, and it's pretty easily customized. I'll document some more stuff as I check it in.
So how would a intrepid developer make use of something like this?
Oh, okay. So a developer would check out our samples, and then they're going to find an Android video player example in our SDK examples, and it's all on GitHub. And then, okay, I'm going to show you. Fine, hang on. But yeah, okay. Okay, so I use Eclipse because it's free. Okay. Here we go. So I'll when I check in this example, basically this is a standard Android project where it's got source files and the library file for the SDK, and it's got the resources for your icon, so for your small icon and your big icon, and it's got like a layout for how the app looks, and then here under raw I've got an MP4 for video that you drop in. At the examples, you'd have an example like this. You'd replace the video with your video, and then you just go in the Android manifest, and then you're going to change the package name to whatever your package name is that you've done in the developer portal, and then that's it. And then you have a video player that does video, and it has that safe area thing. I've started to do a little bit more customization, like in this one up here, where you put your localization strings in the string XML. And I have this full unlock thing here. So if you do in-app purchase, if you have an in-app purchase unlock entitlement, you could put it in there, and then it won't play. Like when it first launches, it'll say, "Hey, sorry, you've got to buy this thing before I show you the video," and that'll be hooked up. So you just get the thing, you go to the string, you replace it with your product that you've made in the developer portal, and you customize the app name, the package name, replace the video, and then you're good to go. And then you can put your own video in the store that people have to buy to watch.
Radical.
So and once they download it, it'll play offline. So this is a little bit different than like putting your video on Vimeo or YouTube, which just streams in. Where this is like they download the APK, they have to install it to watch it, and it has to pass the receipt checking in order to watch the video.
Cool. I got a question for you.
Sure.
A few people are quite confused about the IAP stuff for various tools/engines. Have you made / would you consider making a video tutorial to clarify this and simplify?
Yeah, it's part of the plans. I wrote a little bit of documentation for Corona as I was going through. So here we go. So as I was preparing the submission stuff for Corona, like I always like to write some docs. Here we go. Here's the markup for the plugin. Basically talks about like how to include the plugin and then all the functions that are available for interacting with in-app purchases. So we try to do this for all the engines where we write a doc and walk you through. So there's a step for setting up the input, method for getting the controller name. To do in-app purchase stuff, you need to set the developer ID, which you get from the developer portal. And then here's all the different methods that you'd call to do the various things. Like, so gamer info has the username and user ID. There's requesting products so that you can get all the product names, descriptions, and prices to show in your app. Then there's actually requesting a purchase, and then there's requesting receipts to look at the receipts to make sure people have purchased it. So in-app purchase is basically these three methods here. You request the products to get the description and price, which you'd show in your game. And then when they click a buy button, you're going to invoke the request purchase. And then the first time your app launches, you're going to check receipts to see if it's in there. And if you found the receipt, then you're going to unlock the game. Otherwise, by default, you show like some sort of demo. Or not a demo, or you say exit because you have to buy this. You have to buy the game to see it, or you can have a demo mode, or you can just have a free game in which you wouldn't call any of these in-app purchase methods because it would be free. And all the engines are pretty much the same kind of interface where they have these three methods: requesting products, requesting purchases, and requesting receipts.
Got it. Matt Few is asking if we can consider doing the Twitch stream later, and we will think about that.
Are all the Twitch streams recorded so they can watch them later?
Twitch keeps them around for a week, and you can make highlights out of them. So we have highlights on twitch.tv/playouya, but no like full-length ones. But you don't really want to rewatch a full-length one anyways. They're long and etc. I would say, but maybe not. Kill Switch is asking about bundles. Stay tuned. That's it. It's 12:35, so we should rapid fire a food game. Do you want to go first? Will you go first?
Sure.
Regardless of your desire.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Well,
Crunchwrap Supreme.
no.
Oh.
That's pretty funny. No, I had a good dinner just yesterday. It was barbecued salmon with like a soy pepper sauce that was pretty good, and then There's a pasta dish with fresh, like homegrown tomatoes in it. And then there's also like a zucchini and squash shaved salad. It was very interesting because it's like a lot of little skinny bits of these squash. Plus, there's one other thing. I forget what it was. It was pretty tasty.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds wholesome.
Easy gordita crunch. And I'm in the embodiment of post Taco Bell regret right now.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be bad later.
It's right now. It's awful.
It's gonna be
But you are Dorian Gray's portrait.
Yeah.
Soon. After Dorian Gray eats all those gorditas.
I don't
There's a
even know.
portrait with just there's a portrait of taco meat just
screws up his whole life, and it only affects the painting and not him.
Oh, is that
yes.
beer a book?
It's a book originally, or a short story or something.
I never read that.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
That's
That's good
a
stuff, man.
cultural literary illusion you just made. Is it a book?
It's a book.
I'm gonna read it.
It's worth it.
Will the
I think it's
Twitch
free
app
on Amazon.
be updated
Yeah.
on OUYA?
Will what be?
The Twitch app?
Potentially.
I
Yeah,
do.
any app can be updated.
Are you falling asleep, Jared?
No. My eyes are just very
Can
my
be
eyes are just very tiny.
updated.
It's the lighting, they just look like they're shut. I think I'm wide, but then it just looks like I'm on like
Killswitch is asking a lot of like platform feature questions.
Yeah.
She says, someone has to ask. Networking, multiplayer, anything on the horizon? Tim, can you do that over the next week instead of the video thing? Can you just come?
Yeah, sure.
Multiplayer? Is that all we needed was just to ask you?
Okay, so for networking, we don't have any network API specifically to OUYA, but all the third-party ones will work just fine. So you can do .NET networking. You can do like the first thing, push notifications, that kind of thing.
Not a developer per se, or he's not asking from a developer perspective. He's like,
I mean, if you're gonna do networking stuff, you have to be a developer. You don't just like drag and drop that stuff.
he's asking for like community social features and stuff.
Oh, that kind of networking.
Yeah.
Well, network on the forums, man. Do a post. Say hi.
The wrong guy to ask. Because it'll just troll you. Killswitch, we are working on it.
Yeah.
Are you
We had our initial post, like when we first opened the forums, there was like, hi, introduce yourself. It's like 50 pages long.
why? Because it's just you talking.
No, it's like everybody, hey, I just got it. Yeah, it's awesome. Check out my game.
Oh right. Are you guys going to add any new stuff to the OUYA shop soon, like accessories, add colors to an OUYA, etc.? Oh, I think he's talking about the website. There's a lot of platform. There's a lot of product questions.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We can't really answer any of these if they're supposed to be like surprises and pleasant things.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to add any new stuff to? Oh, that's the same question. Okay. So, stay tuned for more news on cool features and such. Oh wait. So Jared, what did you eat?
I was actually going to first ask Alex, what was the best thing you ate at your wedding? Was it
Like I had time to eat.
that's probably a very good answer. That's kind of how that goes.
I did eat like 4 slices of prime rib. That's about all I made time for. But it worked
Nice.
out. It was
What were you
delicious.
doing the rest of the time?
Socializing.
Oh. Makes sense.
But you're right.
I will say this: the most interesting thing I ate was the taste of lentil soup coming up out of my mouth. When I thought maybe I was just hungry, and that's why my tummy was hurting. And I thought the best thing to do would be to put more food in it,
Oh.
and that turned out to be wrong.
Yeah, that's the reversal.
That was
I think that's a win with lentil soup.
Yeah.
That was the most interesting thing I tasted. The best thing I actually had though was it just kind of snuck in yesterday. We were getting back from some errand stuff, and there's this art fair near our house, and they had a food truck. It was the Cousin's Maine Lobster food truck. It was on Shark Tank before and everything like that, and They do traditional lobster rolls, which if you've been to East Coast, like Boston, Maine, a lobster roll. It's not like the sushi lobster roll you get. This is like a piece of toast that's folded over, like buttered, toasted, and it's just full of lobster meat. Like no like salady stuff or anything. It's just claw and tail meat and just lobster meat, just kind of overflowing with butter and lemon, and you just eat it. You know, just like a hot dog, really. So we got a hot one, and then you get a cold one. The cold one is with like a little bit of mayo.
No hot all the way.
What?
I would be give me 2 hots is what I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to do like the hot and the cold. I mean, the cold ones, there's like a little bit of mayo and a slice of lemon you can put on it. But I think hot's where it's at. It's just really, really good. It's not cheap by any means. It's not big, but I mean, it's definitely Maine lobster meat. We're not trying to like fake you on anything. It's legit and really, really good. And it was great that I actually felt close to 100% by the time that opportunity came along. But definitely the most interesting thing.
It's good because you rarely eat good things, and so it was nice of you.
to share my my lentil uprising. And the sad thing is, I've actually put the rest of the lentil soup in a bowl in my fridge because I thought, well, don't want the rest to go to waste. But now every time I stare at it, it's like, no. Yeah. So it's a game of chicken. It's just eventually going to go in the trash, which is sad.
That's called a conditioned flavor aversion.
I think that's it's going to be that way for a little while too.
Yeah.
Poor Trader Joe's lentil soup. You can love yourself.
Is there a firmware update coming soon? Do you think Matthew means software update?
I think
I
you
mean
mean like
No,
a new Chupacabra or something.
coming soon.
We will say this: the next OTA will not be in the Chupacabra family. It will be a whole other. It will not be the wife of Chupacabra or Chupacabra Jr. or Uncle Chupacabra. It will be something different when it comes.
We can't really say the exact date Killswitch because things happen, but we can, like when we're like within a week of it, we'll say it, and it's coming. For now, that's as much we can say on that. Bundle question, that would be cool.
Yeah, we're working on a lot of stuff. We will reveal it soon.
We swear we're working, guys.
Yeah. In fact, if someone knocked Bob's laptop right now in like the wrong way, you'd probably see like a ton of spoilers like on a wall or something like
I
that.
cover myself in spoilers.
Yeah.
I actually get spoilers tattooed,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I have to wear a t-shirt during the show.
Yeah.
Usually I just walk around with no shirt on.
Or pants.
Yeah.
They usually I think they refer to Alex as like Putin most of the time now. Alex pulls up on his horse shirtless in the morning, and then he has to put the hat and the shirt on and come in. Quite a sight.
Matt, did you eat anything awesome?
Probably.
What did you have in Walnut Creek?
Food. I don't remember. Home cooking.
That doesn't.
Ever since you shot him down on the Barada thing, man, I feel like you've crushed his soul.
Burrata.
This game's bullshit.
Whoa!
I'm telling you, man, you shut down the Barada. You shut down the Barada salad with him, and now he's a shadow of his
Word?
soul.
Bull poop.
If launching a game on OUYA, what kind of marketing would you advise to do, or does OUYA offer any sort of marketing? Hell, that's a great question for Jared Yeager!
I can answer all of that. So, if you are launching a game on OUYA, I mean, really on any platform, and again, I don't know who's asking the question. You know, what your budget is. You know, if it's a completely unknown game, at the very least.
Patrick.
Who's it?
Lorenzo Kirkpatrick.
Gotcha. We're helping Lorenzo, I believe, or I believe if it's the same Lorenzo, I think I have to load up my email, but I think we may have sent Lorenzo a console.
He's gone. Jared just got abducted.
Oh man, he was right about to drop it. He was about to drop it like it was hot.
It was too hot to handle, apparently.
It was. He did drop it.
Yeah.
It was too hot. Should we wait?
Well, we can. I mean, we do.
Yeah, marketing.
We do a little social promotion,
Mhm.
and we can give
Not like in high school where they just let you pass.
No.
Not that kind of social
No.
promotion.
No, not exactly. But we'll also. What was I gonna say? You totally threw off my.
You guys do 5 things. All right.
Yeah.
You show their game on Twitch. You do the social posting.
Yes. We'll give advice too on like if screenshots could be more exciting or adding text in the description for the game and things like that. If you need any help on making it pop, so when people see it, they're attracted to it.
So that's part of submission review. So when you submit your game, you get feedback there.
Yeah, but you also it helps if you ask for feedback because then we'll actually make the time as opposed to if we're busy, we can't give feedback 100% of the time.
Right. And then you guys do blog takeovers, right? So like the Toto Temple guys, Super Pixel. No, not all the time.
We do. I'm just messing.
There's only so
I've
many.
seen it. I know it's there. I've seen it a couple times.
They happen,
Oops.
yeah, for sure. So email us.
Yeah.
You can email officehours@ouya.tv, or you can email Jared at ouya.tv, or Bob or Alex or anybody.
And then Bob does Ouya Presents videos, and he shows your game
Bob
there,
and Alex.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob and Alex. And what else do we do? We send like mails all the time, right?
What?
Back rubs. We'll massage your ego.
Yeah.
No, we send Ouya mails with your game in it too.
Oh, that's
We
true
do
too.
shoulder massages, and we stare deeply into your eyes.
Mm.
We talk about shows yet?
Shows.
Shows?
We take people to shows. and
Oh, yeah.
show 'em
Oh, yeah, we do
That's huge.
shows.
Yeah, like
events.
PAX and
PAX.
Indiecade.
Indiecade.
And
Wait a
sometimes
minute.
those
You can't
games
just
get
repeat
awards,
everything
right?
that everybody says.
I'm sorry. When I got my computer totally just.
Oh, don't worry, Jared. We answered your question for you, man.
Yeah. We took care of it. It only took 3 of us to replace your information.
Yeah. And it was
Oh.
Lorenzo you've been helping too. It was that Lorenzo.
But yeah. Well, then if you answered everything, that's great. But Lorenzo can always email me at jared@ouya.tv for more information.
Nobody wants to email Jared.
Man,
Oh, wow.
Matt is salty today.
Yeah.
No one wants to wait in the line of emails. That's that's for sure.
If you email Jared, he will email you back. Just that's a fair warning.
That is true.
We usually say it takes about 2 to 52 weeks.
And if you write back, Jared, if you say thanks, Jared, he'll be like, "You're welcome" in the email. So just like, but then don't say anything back because he'll say something back again.
Yeah, and usually, I have this terrible habit of always writing the last thing in a thread, and then
Someone does a smiley face, Jared does :D.
That's an even bigger smiley face.
Yeah.
it's true. Oh, it's great. Someone asks for a $5 game voucher, I send them 25.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that.
Oh man, you're R.I.P. Jared's inbox.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which,
What? Do we fund
that second
developers?
question. No, not that.
What?
Let me say yes, we do fund developers
Yes.
and that.
And then speaking of vouchers,
This one?
Yeah.
Will you ever allow developers to generate their own gift codes? Obviously, there has to be precautions, but it would make the process easier for devs. Alex?
yeah, I was gonna say we'll make the process easier, but we're not gonna allow devs to generate their own codes.
But it's really easy, man. They just email you and you generate voucher
Exactly.
codes.
So
Why would we
if-
not want to, so that people know why?
well, one, you could put in a queue for like 1 million codes and break our server, and in general, you don't want to give out too many codes because then you're sort of losing the attraction for people to buy the game when they could just hit up a developer for
And
codes.
they're like hex codes, right? And you sit there and you make each one by hand.
Yeah.
Alex is doing those.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
picking the
You
letter.
have to write it in
handcrafted.
person and scan it, and then the
Yeah.
computer turns it into a code, and it's
Oh.
like handwriting
Plus,
analysis.
Oh,
Plus, he's got
OCR,
tattoos. You just take off, he's got a tattoo of the GUID right on his.
Exactly.
But that's a good reason, though,
Yeah.
what you said.
It's a QR code, and then it knows it's me.
Well, that was a joke, but the
It
real
was.
reason,
Yeah.
Real reason
We
is,
do. I mean,
yeah, you just,
it would be chaos.
it would be a little bad for everyone to have a potentially infinite number of codes in the wild.
essentially. But yeah, I mean, it's again, we can generate a decent amount of codes for you. So it's not like we're gonna give you less codes than what Apple gives you or something like that.
I asked Jared for 10 codes, and he only gave me 9.
That's because he had to test the 10th one.
Oh, okay. I should have just assumed he was coming from a good place. Look at this guy. Look at his face.
Colon capital D.
Is there going to be
That should just be my signature is colon capital D. I have discovered. Oh, actually, here's a little marketing. I've even seen before. Social posts. If you do colon D retweets, then I've gotten with a regular happy face at the end. Shocking.
I heard some of what you just said.
I heard something regular tweets. Shocking. that's what
I was doing checking my Twitter. Did I actually break up? No, actually, it's funny. I saw this in a report, and I've tested this on occasion. If you do the colon capital D for some social posts to make the super happy face, sometimes you will actually get more responses than a regular one or none at all.
I always do colon capital D, man.
I learned it from watching you.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, Jared, I have a new question in from Axel NL 1994. Is there going to be an OUYA 2?
I was saying asked and answered. Should have been here at the beginning.
Yeah. Jared, answer.
We're going straight to OUYA 3.
We're going straight to plaid.
Well, we will announce
Straight to the moon. Plaid. Ludicrous speed.
But we will share information about next iteration when it is ready.
Oh my God! See, so the thing is, as soon as it's ready.
You wouldn't want us to say it's how you get the Nintendo Ultra 64 changed names, and then everyone got all upset.
As soon as it's ready, I'm gonna share it.
I think, Bob, you should get to be the one to share it.
You can't stop me.
You're the oldest employee.
That's what I'm
You're the oldest employee. You and Julie are the oldest employees. You should get to share it.
I think that people think that we have this plan and we're like, heh.
They'd be right.
We're totally jerks.
No, we totally are. No. We're going to carve everyone by hand out of wood.
It takes a little time.
It does.
Yeah.
We started like 18 months ago.
Yeah.
We have 12 done.
But our whittling ability is...
Yeah, it's getting up there.
Each new one we do, better.
Get the right grain pattern.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, we were in balsa wood.
Yeah.
And then we switched to a little less soft.
Yeah.
But if anyone seriously asking though, we don't want to make you here, but we want to give you the best information, give you an actual legit date when it's coming. So just sit tight, and we will share info when we can.
Yes, agreed. Are there any specific problems with the current OUYA that they want to... Well, there's changes that would be made for sure if you made a second edition of something.
One is flawless. What are you talking about? Especially the 1.1 models are super fast and the controllers are good. And definitely get one on the store.
Tim just moved to marketing.
We said we would consider moving it back to answer this question.
I think you misheard this one on this question.
We just have our own schedule, and that's where it fits right now.
Yeah.
But we can see what we can shift around.
We'll look into it. Yeah. We'll see what we can do. Part of the problem with shifting times is like people get used to a time.
Yeah.
And then when you change it, then like that day, no one shows up. We'll just figure it out. We'll figure it out, man.
And we do it while we're at work. That's part of the thing.
Well, it also works good. Like we talk about lunch and then we go to lunch. So
it's true. Although we talked about lunch while eating lunch today.
One of the Okay, it's been so.
Hey, I didn't get to talk about my food.
Oh yeah.
Great. Everyone got a chance to talk.
Every single person.
Awesome.
All of us.
All right, Tim. What did you have this week?
All right, so I was making pancakes with the kids, and they tried to put chocolate chips in there, and I was like, no. So instead, we put cookie sprinkles in the pancakes, and they turned out pink, and they were pretty good.
Interesting.
Trippy.
Have you ever tried gummy bears and pancakes? I've never tried.
I'm gonna have to try that.
That might disturb your kids.
Good. Oh, look at all these melted bears.
I would probably do the worms, the gummy worms in pancakes. I think that would be great.
Ooh, sour gummy worms.
I'm gonna give.
Just kidding. Don't do that.
To Tim for Father of the Year pancake. Fun. What was yours, Alex? What did you do?
Well, I did the grilled salmon with the multiple pastas on the side.
Lobster beats salmon.
Yeah.
Just out of
every time
seafood scale. Yeah. So Jared in second, and then salmon in third. Trophies for you three.
And I'll be saving. I'll save the lentil soup for you for when you come down for Indiecade.
Cool. Yeah, save me that lentil soup. I love lentils still. Yeah. If hopefully we answered questions as not infuriatingly as possible, we'll look into things and all of that.
Yeah, and in between, feel free to send us questions or requests at office hours at ouya.tv.
Good point. That's a good point. All right.
Send your games too. We could play a game in the next one.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Well, bye guys.
Bye, everybody.